I mean, you always sound sexy. You just sound sexier. All right, let's see here.
Always good to...
This is a bizarre topic, by the way.
I liked it.
But I kind of like it when we're doing bizarre topics. So
I thought it was a very.
I knew. And this was one of the few topics that actually made me go, oh, I actually know what I can talk about right now.
Hey!
Well, that happens. Wait, have we got the mic and everything? Yeah, we do. I think we're good. We're in kind of pre-roll. This is good. Makes me happy. We're doing okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah, it's only 6:06.
We're on pre-roll. Generally, we'd have Larry beating on the door, but he's a little busy. So.
Yeah. There have been topics where it's been like, okay, I need to think about what can I talk about.
I never think.
Yeah.
You know, I loved that game and I wanted it for the Commodore 60. I'm blowing my load. Blowing my load, sorry.
Weird ones, because at the time it was doing space, shoot 'em up, and blah, blah, blah. And then there was this one.
Had some great commercials, too.
Which is just like,
the ads,
okay,
sorry.
that seems like an odd choice for a video game, but it was very...
Jarvis? No. It's Midway, right?
I think it was Midway.
But I think it's by one of those guys.
Yeah, it was an arcade game, but it also
Oh,
came
no,
out
Atari.
on the Commodore 64.
It came out on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like on everything.
It was an Atari game?
Who's the developer guy?
Alright, we're ruining this.
Yeah, I'm
Ruining
sorry. Yeah, we
this.
are ruining it. I'm
We're
gonna shut my
ruining
mouth. I'm
this.
gonna shut my mouth.
Alright. Hold on, I'm gonna start the pre-roll. We're already well, I accidentally left our topic note card elsewhere and I can't do anything about it now, because we're already streaming. So, you know.
Discord up here.
Man, I screwed the pooch on this one.
Guys, games, and beer.
Hey, we're not like crackling.
I turned it down. There you go. Live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Tower, where all the magic happens. I heard a repeat, man.
I did.
It's Guys, Games, and Beer.
Yo!
Hooray and stuff.
It's the best damn show there ever was.
It is the best damn show.
I'm telling you what, if you want hard-hitting topics, you're talking Guys, Games, and Beer. If you want some lame-ass stuff that everybody else is talking about, go Giant Bomb then.
Yeah, there's 1,000 podcasts where you'll have
I've been talking smack about them for years.
Two guys talking about the same old shit again and again. Where else will you find 6, 7, 8 drunk guys all sitting around talking about the same old shit? Right here on Guys, Games, and Beer.
Right.
Exactly.
We don't lie anything.
And we are working on getting drunk right now.
Yes, we are actually.
Yes. So
Working hard on
on
it.
that happy note,
Oh, we
do have something to do right now.
we got to have Rob find.
Speaking of getting drunk,
Bam, bam.
ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da-dum.
Guys, Games, and Beer is the official show of lowering standards. Anyway,
You bet. Let's find out if this is lowering our standards or increasing
is
them.
this a twist top by chance? don't think
Yes,
it
it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Rob, what do we have tonight?
I have no idea. 'Cause
Okay.
Darlene picked it up.
Well,
This
here.
is-
You're up then.
Who's got
You're not
eyeballs
gonna
that
have
work?
me to read it, man. My eyes don't work anymore.
Welcome to the Get Off My Lawn podcast.
Way too much.
Get the hell off my lawn.
Way too much masturbation to see anymore.
Well, it looks like this is the Wild Range Brewing Company's India Pale Ale. I don't see a name other
We haven't covered this before.
India
That's probably
Pale
because
Ale.
it's like a generic
No, that's
pale ale.
it, dude. Wild Range Brewing Company IPA. That's literally what it is.
It does say once wild, always wild.
Well, there's a clever name.
He has two
Why? I've got one.
He's
Well, I
got
stole
two-
this one.
wolves on his shoulders.
He does.
Here, wait, I should probably
Okay,
put this
so
up.
let's see. What does it say about this
Well, it
one?
does say, "Don't you dare miss it." Mr. Wolf and his semi-trained carnivores will be at the fire pit at midnight.
That's my boy.
Once wild, always wild.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to the fire pit at midnight tnight because I want to see those wolves eat him.
Something hops in some language. And it just says hops, hoppy hops. At
Oh.
the end, so.
Happy joy
Okay,
joy.
well let's see how hoppy it is.
Happy joy joy.
Or they're just using hops in all the different languages. It could be. That could be able to.
Well, I'll be darned. I was kind of worried that I might be disgusted.
Where are they out of?
Oh.
It's kind of it's sweet in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
God.
But not like
Horrible sweet.
no.
Well, it's brewed and
It
bottled
definitely coats your tongue.
by somebody else, I think. So let's see. It says brewed and bottled by Rockwall Brewing Company, Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Actually, I think if you got like a nasty flu, not COVID, by the way, just a regular flu, this would be a good beer to drink because this will coat you.
It does.
Coats the
It does
throat.
coat the palate, man. It does coat the palate. You know, I'm kind of liking this.
Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
No. So, here's the thing. Rob hit on the. It's got sweet notes on the front end.
It does, which is unusual.
Which is a bit weird for an IPA.
I've tasted it in an IPA before, not this much.
No.
I'm generally not a fan of that, but it bitters up fast
Oh
enough
yeah.
that it
Oh
doesn't,
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't rip you off.
I kind of like the sweet front end with that really bitter finish.
It's kind of hard to do two extremes, right?
And
They actually skirted that line okay.
yeah, they did. That's really weird. So I don't think I've ever had an IPA that's even got any kind of sweetness in it, and this one's got a really sweet front end. Ooh, baby, you got a sweet front end.
And it's 6.2.
And a
Six-
biting
oh,
back
ABV.
end.
Okay, so it's got a little bite to it too. Unlike those wolves who are just sitting on his shoulder when they
They're
should have
a
been
little
going,
odd.
when they should have been going for the throat.
Well, they're semi-trained.
That's true.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's start with you're at the bar. You
Yeah.
ordering this?
You know, if I saw it in there, I'd like it cold.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is
wait.
something I'm going to have cold.
Do you think the cold will kill that sweet front end?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think it's pretty dang sweet.
It is. It is. Ryan, how about you?
Yeah,
You're at a bar?
I'd get this at a bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely ordering at a bar. Okay, party cooler, Rob.
Yeah, good end of the night one.
Ooh, yeah.
Wouldn't be the first one I'd pick out of the party cooler, but it's
No,
definitely
but
this is
a
a good
nice
wrapping
finisher.
up the night.
A nice
Yeah.
finisher.
If I saw it in there, I'd grab them.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot of good finishers out there, so there's something to be said for a finisher.
Yeah. So always remember, be a finisher.
How many terms do you think we've made up on this show?
Oh, tons. We have made so many terms up.
This is a good midlife beer.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely grabbing it
Another
out.
good fluffer beer.
Yeah.
that's a good-
Oh, this.
Yeah.
No. The
Very good for
fluffer starts the
changing that- yeah.
the fluffer starts the evening out.
This is a good half
The
puke
the
beer.
finisher is the porn star.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good. No, it's a good half puke beer.
There you
Yeah,
go. There you
a
go.
half puke.
So let's do this one.
All right, I suppose. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was all right.
that was easy.
That was an
That
easy
was
one.
an easy one.
Okay, so guys, if you get a chance, it's Wild Range Brewing Company. It's their IPA. I mean, that's it. There's just no clever name to this. Not even very clever labeling. It looks like. I
I can't say that I
somebody
hate
used
the
some
cover.
clip art. It's kind of a clip art.
It does look pretty clip
looks-
arty.
it
It
looks
looks
like-
like one of our covers.
It looks like clip art.
It's like a Guy's Games and Beer
But I
cover
have
right
to say,
there.
it's a solid IPA. And it's a little bit different than your normal IPAs. Like Rob said, it's got that sweet to it, and it's a nice
Unusual.
that quick change between the two is actually really good. So, all right, Judge Rob, you should pass sentence on this beer.
On the charge of bestiality, I find you guilty, and I sentence you to.
Drinking. All right,
the
let's
first
do
time I've sentenced.
to somebody on bestiality. I
Yeah.
think so. I don't think we've ever done that one charge before, but he does look like he's being a little friendly with those wolves.
I think there's a hand up that.
I'm thinking so too. All right, so let's find out what everybody else is drinking tonight. Start with you, Jacob. Jacob, what are you drinking this evening? Oh, wait. Let me guess. Spotted Cow.
Actually, no, I didn't have time to go out and get any beer. It's my new job that started today, so
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congrats.
I am drinking a Liquid Death, which, as we know,
Ooh.
is water so hydrating that it murders your thirst.
All right. Let's go on. All right, Dallas, what do you got tonight?
It's, pretty good day for myself. So, starting off the night strong with a PBR extra.
Ooh, good call.
Yep, as always, because, that's what I mainly drink these days. And then, something always nice, something I enjoy during the winter, Dragon's Milk.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
a good winter one.
you're right. That is a good winter drink.
It is good. I also like the white version, the white stout. It's pretty good, but, this is the
PBR's
classic.
Black Label is too.
Never go
I
wrong with
haven't
that.
tried the white one yet.
It's
But
pretty good.
yet-
You should go for it.
Yet, last week I had a Stud account and a Dragon's Milk, and that messed me up.
Again, as those of you who watch the show, there are tales to be told when it comes to Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
Oh, there are tales to be told. All right,
Thanks.
let's go on.
Yeah, good overall,
Tyler, what are you drinking?
Gin and tonic.
Oh,
Good man.
good man. Good. Keep
Because
it.
it's not just a summer drink, it's a all the time drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely a sign that you're getting older.
All right, Ben, unmute yourself. There we go. Ben, what are you drinking?
I'm broke until Thursday, so jack shit.
The blood of my enemies. Oh, wait.
Not even toilet wine?
Not even my toilet.
Oh.
man.
All right. Well, so now that we know what we're all drinking, I know drinking is always important, but drinking also. So when you drink beers, well, not this particular. This was actually an alcoholic, but if you're drinking shitty beers, you always got water issues involved.
Yes, like throwing up in the toilet
Yeah.
and
yeah.
drowning your face in the.
Or peeing all the time, but yeah.
Oh,
The-
is that where you're going?
I was
'Cause-
I was going golden showers all the way here, Rob.
Okay, golden
Oh,
showers.
I thought you just
Whenever you drink
talked
liquid,
about
you're
most
eventually
things.
going to pee.
Yeah, well,
It's not like miraculously
Oh, no.
beer makes you pee.
no, cheap beer makes you pee more. It does.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably true.
All right, so Rob, on the subject of water, what are we talking about?
Today we're
tonight?
talking about underwater game. God damn that echo. Games that take place under the
Here we
sea.
go.
Under the sea. Just you and me.
Under the okay. All right, so
Under the sea.
under the sea. So we are going to start with Jacob. Jacob, what do you got for us for water games tonight? And keep it PG, at least PG-13.
I have my game up on the...
Super into water sports.
I have my game up. It is Bioshock and Bioshock 2.
Glad I didn't go with that one.
Okay. So explain why those are your water-related games.
Well, the games both take place
I didn't even think about those.
in the city of Rapture, which is underwater. It's supposedly the city that is for, where all the geniuses win. Escape,
That's actually where Trump's taking it.
It's Atlas shrugged with fish.
effectively, it's where everyone wins to get away from the American,
Atlas Hunt.
ethical society, so that way they could, do stuff with genetics and things called plasmids that allowed you to modify your genetic code to shoot fire or bees or lightning and make people fly in the air.
Just like real
And
life.
also shove it, especially in Bioshock 2, be able to shove a drill so far up someone that it came out the other side.
All right, so so Bioshock and Bioshock 2, for those of you who haven't played it, they came out 10 years ago now.
Yeah, but they've been remastered.
Yeah, I know. They've been remastered. Gotta tell you guys, if you have not played the Bioshock series, definitely worth picking up. They're cheap as heck nowadays.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
yeah,
the remasters
like,
are pretty
especially
cheap,
after
and
the sales, yeah.
they are great. I mean,
And-
they hold up.
They did.
Yeah, I've been.
They released a trilogy
As
for
you
the
can
Switch.
see
I think
by
that's
the-
impressive.
Picture I chose, as you can see by the picture I chose, you can definitely tell I have a favored one of the two.
No, that's a good call. I'm gonna go with you on that one.
Gameplay wise, yeah, I agree with you. Gameplay wise, story, I don't know.
First
it seems like
one,
it's a fan fiction.
Of the second one? Did you say it was a fan fiction? That's true.
It is. That's because it's.
Oh my God, you're right.
Not involved. He was not involved in Bioshock 2. He stepped away after that shit. It's 2K was like sequels sell, and so that's how they got involved. Yes, they improved the gameplay immensely. Rather than switch between weapons and plasmids, dual wield them. Why the fuck not? Should have done it in the first place. The online multiplayer component, despite how broken and far gone that was, I did that constantly. I played I sunk almost 1,000 hours, if not more, into the online component with people around the world. I still have
I sunk
friends
1
to this
hour
day.
into it.
I'm still lifelong friends to this day with people. I don't mean to hijack this, but it's that it's very personal to me. But I'm glad people are able to access it now, especially since it's out on the Switch. The trilogy. I think that's impressive. All 3 games,
Yeah.
in your hand.
The third game is pretty good. I enjoy it, but yet out of all 3 of the games, my preferred is 2. Not because of the story, it's just because I love the feeling of just being that big daddy and just destroying things.
Yeah. I
Just
got so much to
around,
say about this game. My
destroying
mind
what
just
I
always
want.
bounces around.
Say
The
it.
fact that number 2, you go underwater as well. You go through the. I don't think you did it in 1.
Yeah.
No, you don't do
I
it
don't
in
think
one.
so. No.
You go out and under, and you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Looking out
actually
from the
are
inside.
out in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2 has got a
It
lot of that element.
It is. Well, Dallas, I think, put it right. It's a fan fiction. It's like the best
It
fan
is.
fiction ever. It has everything
It's
that a
not
fan
bad,
would
though.
want.
I don't hate it. It's interesting.
No, that isn't a
It's
bad thing to
collection.
say about that game. It is like
While
the
they-
best
yeah,
form.
Exactly. While they trash, the idea of objectivism, and shit like that in the first game, this one's like the horrors of altruism. So that's quite interesting.
So here's my story with the first 2. Is I had the first one, and I played maybe an hour or 2, and I put it down. For some reason, when you start out, you're so underpowered.
Yeah, you are.
It's really hard to get through, and then the second one came out, and they said it's just as good as the first. So I started playing that one, and I went through that one, and I went back to 1 and just plowed through it.
Really?
I was like,
Because that's what it takes.
They're
Yeah.
both
it's
so
like,
good.
I
so good. And
I
went
played
back and
I played through 1 first because
Yeah.
I was poor and I had 1 long before I had number 2. So
That's on the Xbox 360.
I played 1 before.
That's in
I
between
played
rounds of
2.
Halo then.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was exactly when it was.
1 just made me feel like, okay, they're going more for the horror aspect, which I didn't
It's
know
true.
if that was actually what they're going for, and I just felt like if I have both of these and they're each requiring a different arm to use, why the hell am I not being able to plasmid and then hit someone with a wrench or shoot someone?
Yeah, and that's why
Why
they're
do I
able
have to switch?
yeah. And that's why I praise the second one for actually refining that and actually allowing you to dual wield it. That's one thing I enjoyed. I mean,
They did that
The fact
right
that-
after
yeah.
they played Black Ops. They're like,
mhm.
they played Black Ops, and they're like, huh, better dual wield.
Yeah. And then one other thing that you would just mention, the Switch version, get the nice little cartridge. Not all the games are on the cartridge, the collection. You are forced to go out to the online store to download
That's dumb.
the other.
That's a Switch
I forget
thing
which
too.
one they have on there. I think it's
Right.
Infinite,
Yeah, there's.
and you have to
it's-
download 1 and 2. But
Well,
apparently the
yeah, I
Japanese
mean, that's
card.
somehow I'm not surprised.
It's
Especially
it's the
really
bigger
sad
memory card.
when you think about
So I
game
got all 3 games on one
ownership
memory card.
lately.
Yeah.
You're not really owning a game anymore. You are effectively long-term renting a game.
We're gonna have to do an episode. Let's bitch about the Switch.
Yeah. Well, we will.
I love it, by the way.
Bitch.
But
Probably my favorite console in a while. In fact, I don't want. I have no need. Well, let's not get off topic.
all right. Let's continue on. I think Ben, you're next.
Well, I'm notorious for not doing any research. So, right out of my butt, I'm gonna pull Jaws for the NES.
Oh, good call.
Forgot about that
I've
one.
played that
Oh,
bastard.
I own that bastard.
You owned it?
I still have it.
Oh my god.
No, that is a good call. That actually on the NES was not a bad game.
Yeah,
it
it
was a
was.
lot of fun.
That's
Oh yeah, it was a great game on the NES.
There's something wrong with you people, but
It was not
it's not
bad.
that you wouldn't
It
have
wasn't
fun.
that
It's not that you're
bad.
not. It's not that you're gonna not have fun with the game. I'm just saying. Ugh.
Let's see what.
Was it the fact that
I'm
it's a
Rob, and I
movie
prefer
tie-in that came
Barracudas
out
over
long
Sharks.
after the movie?
It did. No, it did. It came
It's
out
like
It
movie
did come
tie-in
out.
games normally are like,
the
Yeah.
same year.
but it's a tie-in of something after the fact.
Yeah, so this one
Has
didn't come
potential
out
to be
till
better, right?
'87 on the NES, and Jaws came out in When did Jaws come out again?
75.
75.
5. Okay.
So literally a 12-year span.
Hey, 12 years in the making.
But yeah. So continue. I'm sorry, Ben. I
That's good.
digress.
That's all good.
Please tell us about the gameplay.
Well, it's weird underwater side-scrolling, and from what I remember, you get the boat, and you need a bigger boat, but then you have to fight the shark. And then there's also a top-down view where you're kind of navigating around the ocean.
So you start off in your boat and you sail around and you'll randomly get jaws that will pop up and attack you. And then you have to like do this little like side view thing where you have to swim, gather things, and like fight jaws, and pretty interesting actually. It was a very weird game. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was very weird because you had really no idea what you were exactly doing in it.
Yeah, a lot of those older games were like, if you didn't have the instruction manual, you were kind of boned.
Yeah,
I don't know what
exactly.
I'm doing.
But you like would gather like different sea critters for points and stuff like that, and then and random other sharks would show up, and jaws would show up. So, and then you try to murder them.
All right. No, that really, and graphically that wasn't too bad. Now wait a minute, did that come out before or after Echo the Dolphin?
Before.
It did. Okay, because
Echo started on the Genesis, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so, and graphically there's that whole side-scrolling underwater thing,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of always reminded me a little, well, because I didn't own a NES during the early days, it kind of reminded me of that particular game.
That's kind of true.
Sure.
All right, let's go on. Dallas, what do you got for us, Dallas?
Man, I decided to switch gears real fucking quick because there's one title that hit me. At first, I was going to talk about 1995 smash hit Odell Down Under, which to millennials, it's akin to educational games like Oregon Trail. However, I decided that was a little too lame, and decided, you know what? We need to talk about something, a game that I might have played. I want to know if anybody else... Have you ever gone to an arcade and played Ocean Hunter?
Oh, no.
This one, okay, I didn't know about this game until when I was like 14, 15, went down to an putt-putt arcade-like place in Gulf Shores, Alabama, Orange Beach, Alabama, one of those places, and they had this, this cab, and it was like this huge thing where it's like, it's Ocean Hunter. It's basically what you play as these two hunters in like this futuristic society where you jump in these like two pods, right, with harpoon guns, and it's this whole full immersive experience. You enter inside this machine, like this cabinet, and you go and basically you have a certain amount of lives per credits, and it's actually a really credit expensive game. I think it was like 50 cents as opposed to 25 cents as for other games. But yeah, for each time you run in, you can use your harpoon gun and you go through this track basically through each ocean. Like you go to oceans around the planet and hunt like legendary sea monsters. Shoot down sharks and all
That's
that shit.
awesome.
That is a cool one.
No, it was fucking great. I'm like, I couldn't like play enough of that shit. That was my favorite.
So so this was a Sega arcade
Yeah, I
game.
say they made a lot of
Yes.
They always did
Every year
arcade
since
games.
then, like when I was a kid, like a few years after that, when we still went to that destination, we went to that arcade. I'm like, I always look for that game because it's a fun spot. You have to look it up on YouTube and watch the footage. I just posted a video of it.
I am going to have to check out the video on
PETA
this. I
does
don't
not approve of that.
I don't remember
at
this
all.
one.
That one.
Oh, that's something
Yeah,
he's
not
talking
many
about.
people
The
do
whole
it.
booth.
You're inside of it.
Jesus, that's
That
gorgeous.
reminds me of some of the stuff that we saw at Disney Quest.
Yeah, like the
Right?
Jurassic
Yeah,
Park
it does,
one and
huh?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
So
they totally.
It's a fully immersive experience. It's so exciting. It's like the way like the sound is, the stereo is like inside this pod as you're in there, and like you're gonna be dropped off this location. You have to hunt down like Scylla or the Kraken or like like Cthulhu and like some really crazy ass shit.
yeah, they have a whole bunch of. They used a whole bunch of faux Greek names for some of these creatures.
Yes. Some of the creatures you find beginning, like your target or your bounty.
That game
or
looks
your,
great.
You're a bounty hunter essentially, so you have to fight like normal legendary creatures. Like the shit you're used to, or like the Mkele and Bimbe, locating like one location, or the Scylla, and then eventually you go down the line, you start finding like Lovecraftian.
Oh,
Until
I
finally
love
you
it.
deal with the
It's
gods.
got
so weird. Yeah,
it's got a whole
so crazy.
steampunk theme going on to boot.
Yeah, it is. It's like this weird.
What year was that?
Like nautical futuristic. This
98.
was.
Wow.
Year was this shit?
1998.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because yeah, I remember.
How'd this never
That
get
wasn't
ported to the Dreamcast?
Here's the thing. It's never
That's
been ported to anything else. It only came out in the arcades.
what aggravates me, and that's the sad thing. It's like it aggravates me that people didn't know about this, and it was never ported anything. But at the same time, it's like I can't think of anything that can beat that arcade experience because it's not like a normal arcade cab, mind you. Even like normal like shooter cabs, it's like it's a pod.
I know, right?
It's a pod, like not even 1 person, 2 person pod that you jump in, and you have to work together on these these
I don't remember seeing it there.
they're almost like these weird underwater vehicles with like harpoon guns mounted to them. They have to
Like
use
peas
to
in a
maneuver
pod.
around and shoot these things. It's thrilling shit. It's really exciting. That's why as long as I had my quarters, I was fucking hooked. That's all.
Well,
I
I'm glad you thought of that one.
That's a very good call.
I'd never heard of
Yeah.
that one.
So it does say that Computer Video Game Magazine did rumor that they were going to port it to the Dreamcast.
And
They should have. What the hell were they
They should have.
thinking?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to
They
show
still
up
can.
someday, by the way.
This is
Someday that port's
And
going to show up.
It's Sega AM1. Isn't that
Yeah.
close to what the Dreamcast
Yes,
is?
it was.
Yes.
So why would it even really have to port it?
They
Well-
didn't really.
No guns. Was it because of no guns?
No,
they had
no,
guns.
the
I
Dreamcast
thought
had
they added
Dreamcast
that
had-
later. Like
Dreamcast
no,
had
no,
guns.
they were all about guns in there.
They're all
Even
about the
today,
guns.
They made
Larry's
Mario
not here.
like a
Still
PC
listening.
port
Yeah,
Steam
right?
or even other consoles. It's
Where's
fine.
Larry when
It doesn't
you need
matter
him?
as long as you have the controls to do it. You know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
that's
imagine
nice.
this in VR. Holy shit.
Shit, and they don't even have it on. Galloping Ghost doesn't have one yet.
Have to write to them.
I'm intrigued. I'm going to start looking for
That's
one
odd.
of these to try out because that is really that is
You
a
should-
rarity.
Yeah. At least watch the Let's Play because it's so impressive. Like, even from that standpoint, it just brings back memories when I watch that shit. Like, really good memories.
Cool.
It's like my favorite arcade
Well,
games of all time. Yeah.
We're going to have to get out BAME and a gun.
Good call on that. I'm gonna.
If you can find, if you can find the image for the game, kudos to you,
Oh.
'cause I remember years ago
That's
trying
gonna
to
be
find
dumb.
it, I never could.
I'm gonna.
I think our chances might be a little higher, these days. So.
It just so happens my main machine has a CRT in it still, so yeah.
And you got a gun.
And I have all sorts of the guns.
Oh, we're
okay.
going to be playing that.
We are gonna.
Yeah.
I am gonna set that one up. All right, let's continue on. Let's go on to Tyler. Tyler, what's your ocean game tonight or water game?
Underwater. Bathtub Revenge.
I think I'll actually
I
set
had
one.
a hard time thinking of any games that were really water-based. The only one that I can think of that I've actually
Weepy.
put a decent amount of time into is Bioshock, and I only played the first one.
The obvious go-to.
That's so
Like,
odd.
Underwater games, it's what comes to people's minds these days.
No, I'm sorry. And I was a Bioshock player, and it did not come to my mind. I didn't even think about that one when I was
Oh,
thinking
it was
about
almost
water
on my list too.
games. Okay, so yeah, so
It was almost on mine as well.
all right, well,
That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
tried to deviate.
I missed it completely.
And I honestly didn't think anybody was going to come up with it, but I thought,
All right, so
Aw, thanks for thinking so low of us, Rob.
Hey, Fireshack is, a game that I really enjoyed.
Okay, that game, when I played the first one, that's the game that made me do my one and only pre-order at GameStop.
nice.
Like, after I played the first one on PC, I'm like, the second one's about to come out. I'm like, oh shit. So that's like, no
Wait,
question,
you weren't-
no logic on my part. I just reserved that shit and got all the DLC that you get.
You weren't on the Honey Pop pre-order list?
he might have been. So get
I love that look.
Bioshock, dude, that's the game that made me do a GameStop pre-order. Something I would never ever do beforehand and never do again.
again. It was just a
Yeah.
good, solid game. All right.
Are we going to
Yeah,
plug this
I
into the
love that
screen?
goddamn fucking.
Yeah,
We gotta
console.
do that.
Yeah, we should. Next time. All right. Let's jump here and we'll start with Ryan. Ryan, seeing as you thought about Bioshock.
Yeah,
so wait, before he goes into it, so that's like 5 of these people who have thought about Bioshock for this. So when we said it was a really good game and you should maybe go back and revisit it, if you haven't, check out Bioshock.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
need to.
Continue.
So mine, I was thinking, my mind went back after Bioshock, went back to arcade and Commodore and that era where there was all these sub games and things like that. So my choice is just going all the way back to 1976 or ish,
Ooh.
and it's Seawolf.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking original almost like a VR experience.
good.
You put your head into the periscope, and you search. I mean,
VR
it's
before it was
got a-
cool.
It's you're just shooting not rockets.
I tried. What was the
Torpedoes,
Sega's version was
Torpedo,
Subship, right?
It was torpedo.
Yeah,
That's a
and it's
brilliant
like you just
game.
watch the ships go back and forth, and you know the fact that you have your head immersed in there, and then you get people like looking from the side to see how you're doing. That was just a fun game back then. I mean,
Ooh, I gotta see when that was, cause that you're right. That's gotta be like
78 or 76.
It's kind of funny because you.
And there's actually when I looked it up just a little bit ago, there's also like a 2-player that came out in 78, I think, 2 years later, almost like a 2-player version. I don't know how that one worked.
There it is.
1976.
And then like 5 or 6 years ago, or
Hard to
10
believe,
years
right?
ago now, they
Yeah,
actually
it is.
have
That's not what I wanted.
there's like more like the updated version. I remember seeing those at the arcade auctions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my.
That wouldn't be a bad
so
one to
before
pick up.
Airwolf, there was Seawolf.
That would not be
That's
a bad,
right.
bad one to pick up. It did come
Same
out
people,
on
though.
some home platforms, the Commodore 64 and the
Sure.
Commodore VIC-20.
Yeah. So my mind was going to like what is it like? Commodore had a few of them that were kind of like submarine based. And that's what made me think of Underwater was sub.
Commodore was like the king of knockoffs. Like the Commodore
Oh,
64
Jesus,
had
yeah.
so many
Silent Scope?
Silent
Was that-
Scope, but that was deeper.
Those kind of things. Yeah.
Look what a piece of art that machine
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
too.
Remember how, like, for a while,
So-
every arcade had a Seawolf sitting in the corner of
yeah,
it,
so-
disused.
Something to talk about Seawolf. Seawolf was another one that was not actually a video game. It's an electromechanical. It's an EM game. So it had moving targets, and the torpedo paths were just lights that lit up along the path as your torpedo moved through the water. So this is another old EM game, and God, it's a gorgeous piece. I had completely forgotten about this one. This is a great game.
Come on, like, literally every
I love
arcade
this
had
one.
one.
Well, so a lot of the stuff you eventually see in the tank game,
Battlezone?
Battlezone,
Battlezone, yeah. That's
came from Seawolf.
yeah.
They use that. If you look at the setup on Seawolf,
They're almost you're putting your head in.
exactly, it's the same headset. It looks like they literally repurposed parts from Seawolf for Battlezone.
Was Seawolf made by Atari?
No, it was made by Midway, I think. Midway.
So they all, like, just stole real submarine parts.
Yeah, well, may have.
Whatever.
But but like you said, very immersive experience. Especially.
Back then, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
especially for back then. Really cool game. So yeah, the ships are just it's a typical dual mirror display where they have mechanical ships moving across the screen, and you're looking at a
I
reflection.
could
of
hear
them.
the sound of the torpedoes.
Yeah, no, it was.
That kind of.
Yep, it had that really. Yeah,
It had a very distinct sound. It was a ptoof.
yeah. Again, definitely another one I
what
would
a
not mind
game.
finding a copy to restore. That's a beautiful machine, actually. All right,
I spilled everything.
I am going to go next. I'm going to talk about so along the same line. A lot of us are going with arcade games tonight. I am going to go with an arcade game as well tonight. This one always kind of struck me as weird. So this came out. I don't know what year did this come out. Good question. Hold on. Let me put a picture up first. I'm going to talk about Tubin. So this one I found kind of weird for its time. So this came out in the arcades.
God, the arcade version looks so much better.
The arcade version was so much better.
Yeah.
1988. So this is the kind of time where most of your games were like space games and shoot 'em ups like that. And then came out Tubin. And what Tubin is literally so for Wisconsin and probably other places too, floating in an inner tube down a river is kind of a national pastime or a state pastime.
State pass, I was gonna say.
Yeah, state pastime. So we do tubes. There's a lot of rivers around here you can do that in, and literally
River.
it's
Wisconsin, that's where we did it every year when I was a kid.
exactly. So this is literally a tube race game. You are in an intertube floating down a river racing. It's a top-down view game. It really played exceptionally well. When all these space games were coming out, and especially this particular
Say the
period,
tagline, Tom.
what was the tagline on this one? I don't remember.
It's the best tagline ever.
I gotta find the tagline. Hold on.
It's right under the name. You look at the ad.
Okay, hold on. It's totally tubular.
Love it.
Wow. Okay, so this was 1988, so Valley Speak was still a thing. Yeah.
Totally tubular.
Mm. Wow. But this was it actually did this one, unlike Dallas's choice, got ported over to fucking everything.
Yeah.
Amiga, Commodore 64, Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, NES, MS-DOS, Game Boy Color, ZX Spectrum, MSX. So it came out on everything.
Have you played the Amiga version?
I have not played the Amiga version.
So
I bet that would be pretty
I'm
good.
gonna say that the arcade was probably the best because there was no joystick, if I remember right. You were left and right with your paddling.
Yep.
And I don't remember if there was any other buttons.
There was another VR game.
Because you were kind of like keeping yourself, like
Yeah.
you had to keep yourself go as fast as you could down, or if you needed to move left.
I thought the
right,
graphics were
paddling.
really pretty amazing on it. To be honest, I always thought that.
For 88, they weren't bad. They weren't bad. Yeah,
It popped.
It popped. So again, but again, if you want to check this one out, it's on like every platform, so you can find it in one emulation or another. But yeah, it was just it was very different.
I wonder
Again,
how
it
that
was
plays on MAME.
So Larry and I played this on his cabinet
this
for
game,
quite a while,
Tubin.
and the levels get quite interesting. You end up almost in like hell, I think is one of the levels.
Okay, I don't
So,
remember that
you're
part.
literally floating down. I don't know if it's lava.
The river
but there's,
Styx.
like, it's red everywhere. And
Wow.
Yeah, the level choices get really unique.
It's so odd that you guys chose Tubin, but
Yeah.
it's a great game. I used to play it on the 64 a lot, and I really loved it. Even though I always was jonesing for the arcade, they didn't have it. They didn't have it at Mission Control, as far as I can recall. I never could find it there because I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
There we go, hyper localization. We've done it.
That was very hyper local.
Well, next time you're at Larry's, you can sit in front
You
of
guys talking about
this cabinet and
Salmon
play.
Yeah, Salmonorama, Slamonorama.
Yep, play it.
All right, so
Yeah.
that only leaves you, Rob.
All right, so I got a couple of them, and I'm going to go back a bit. I'm going to go back to the roaring 80s on the Atari 2600 end. This one's kind of an honorable mention game.
River Raid. No, let's see what you got.
All right,
Oh
we're
my
going to do this
God,
one
it
first,
might never.
and
I don't see.
these are both the same. So these are both part of the same thing. It was called U.S. Games. By the way, do you know who owned U.S. Games?
Oh, that's yours. No.
USA
United
Media.
States of America.
Quaker Oats.
Oh,
Swear to God.
Oh, so
They were owned by Quaker
I heard
Oats.
about that.
Wow.
Yeah, Quaker Oats.
They're owned by
Okay.
Quaker Oats. So they actually made a number of good games and a number of bad games. And I actually entered this contest. The name of this game contest, and my offering was shit, actually. It's not a particularly exciting game. It's a game that's been done better. You basically collect treasure, try not to get killed by the octopus. Not a memorable game by any real measure, except for the fact that they wanted to give you money. And also, U.S. Games had a very unusual deal with, you're going to love this, they had a deal with grocery stores.
Really?
Yes, there was a pop-up U.S. Games stand in almost every grocery store at the time because it was Quaker Oats, and they had space. So they would have these cardboard pop-ups with U.S. Games, lining this little cardboard pop-up.
I remember those. Holy crap, I remember those.
Talking like little in the aisle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they put them.
So it's like, hey, people love video games. They're gonna buy this stuff.
Wow, I completely forgot about that.
They were insane. What was
Was
what?
Quaker Oats thinking? Hey, it was that time. It was that time in gaming.
Probably one of the kids from the family.
The Quakers are.
Yeah.
You know what? We should get into video games. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, right. Said nobody on their team, which is kind of sad. Next, we got another underrated game. It's not really underrated, but it's fun, even though it's
underwater.
It's underwater. And this one is called Airlock. I'm gonna show you because
Wow, I always thought
number one, I wanna roll.
Game.
I want to roll back to. I want to roll back to the Tron-inspired covered.
That's
Wow,
why I thought it was
holy crap, that
that's why I
looks
thought it
like-
was space.
The very impressive. I really like their.
That is a bit of a
cartridges.
Tron
I think their
ripoff.
cartridges look beautiful.
Who is this now?
Dad Age.
Oh yeah.
Dad Age, who was owned by nobody actually. They were Dad Age, and then here's the game, and I actually surprisingly I actually finished this during a live stream once, because it's not very long. Basically, you jump over the bulkheads, try to get up to the next level, while below you, the water, of course, is flooding every level. Those little pink things are bombs, I guess, that are just kind of rolling around loose, and if you hit one of those, you die. It's
Wait, is it like an endless runner just left and going back and forth and up and up and up and
you
up and up?
control moving left and right,
Okay.
and it does end, actually. You can win. You can win the game.
Get to the surface.
Yeah, you can actually get to the surface and win the game. I think it's...
So how deep is this? Is it a boat?
That's the problem. It's submarine. Oh, here. I should have showed you that. I thought about bringing that because the graphics were so amazingly misleading. It was like some futuristic submarine. It was really odd.
900 levels.
No.
Stories.
Like
A very tall submarine.
Just a long, tall, narrow
It's really-
submarine.
it was really, really short. But anyway, let's see. We should be able to get. Yeah, there we go. Wait. There it is. There's a submarine when you win. And nobody else gets to see it but us.
Oh,
But there we go.
There you
There's
go.
your submarines.
So, Rob,
You can just drag
Yeah.
it.
let me make sure I got this correct.
You're
I
trying
want
to
to talk about a game that you heard it here first, folks. Rob actually finished on a stream. And he wasn't talking about the game, though.
Hey, I finished at least a couple games on the stream.
I'm finishing right now.
We're talking about the
Same
toilet,
time.
right?
Thank you for someone getting the reference.
Yeah,
I was
did
talking
you?
about.
We all got it.
Yeah, we all got
we're
it.
gonna say anything.
Okay.
I'm thinking
Okay,
about
I
the
was-
cum jar right there, dude.
All right.
Okay.
So-
I was like,
That one again. There's
It was quite the yellow shower, I'll tell you that.
So
Anyway.
what's this on again?
This is the entire 26.
I don't remember that one.
Nothing's that ugly.
I think I have that one.
It was on clearance.
I'll have to plug it in.
Wow. See, there you go.
It was on clearance since the day it was born. And it's unique. You don't, it's I haven't played anything quite like it on the Atari 2600. I guess that's what made it enjoyable and memorable to me. I loved it when I was a kid. I gotta tell you, when I was a kid, I never finished it either. I would get frustrated with it and throw it out. And I think maybe 4 times I played it in like about a year back and finished it right there. It's odd. But anyway, neat little game. Nothing wrong with it. Worth a 10 spot. The one you definitely should get is Name This Game. Because, Name This Game. No, don't get
What
the
did
other
they
one.
name it? No?
They never did. I think
Serious?
U.S. Games went to oatmeal by the time. Look at how much. What was it? Win $10,000 in the '80s.
Yeah.
That was like a bunch of money that they didn't have.
Get it off your
Dang.
house.
It was in an asterisk, $10,000 worth of oatmeal.
That said, U.S. Games made. Yeah, that could be actually. But actually, U.S. Games made a lot of really pretty good games over the year, and nobody back in the day really knew that they were related to.
I did that. I don't.
Yeah, they didn't know that. So,
But I
there's
do
no-
remember them seeing them in grocery stores.
Which now
Which
explains
was-
that,
now
doesn't
explains
it?
that
It now
perfectly.
explains the grocery store tie-in to video games, which is, one of our companies makes.
Yeah, it makes video
Oatmeal.
games. It was the '80s. Look, everybody was buying everybody else. There was so many conglomerates and weirdness. Beatrice
yeah.
Foods, who owned every fucking thing.
We should go and do like a episode where we just talk about weird companies that owned.
Video game companies. Oh,
Yeah.
we could go.
There's some
That
odd stuff.
that would be a nice deep dive. That would be a really good deep dive.
Because there's some bizarre stuff going on in the '80s.
Jesus.
Okay, there probably still
I
is.
would enjoy doing that, but I'd have to actually do a lot more research.
Well, you'd be
See, here's the trick. They just do the research, and then we just color commentary. It's great.
Yeah.
you can do
Yeah,
color
that's
commentary.
so-
I'm good with that.
I could enjoy that.
All right, so that.
I believe that was it.
I think we got through this in pretty good time. Let's talk a little bit about things that are coming up. That was,
Nothing. You're
that,
just disease.
that was your cue, Rob. But
Am I supposed to mention Lionheart Racing?
you should probably mention Lionheart Racing because they've got stuff coming up. We don't, but they do.
Yeah, Racing. Lionheart Racing. Lionheart Racing. If you look down the top, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a Lionheart Racing logo. And guess what? All the joy of racing without the rubber hot dogs.
I know, which is amazing.
But if you go to www.guysgamesandbeer.net and take a look at the top right-hand side of the screen, you can click through and check out some racing with Lionheart Racing, and you're going to have a good time, guaranteed.
Always, always, always. So, hey, guys, for those of you who have not seen the show in a while, we normally give away a lot of games. I have been slacking. Holy fuck, have I been slacking? It's the holidays.
I made up for your slack.
I know
over
you.
the
I know you
weekend.
picked it up a little bit, but
I didn't actually put decent game
I
out.
said
in
I've
your name.
been slacking. So tomorrow, keep an eye on all of our social media sites. I'm going to give away one game on every social media site that we have tomorrow, which means there will be a game on, Rob.
What, Twitter, @GuysGamesBeer?
And where
How
else?
about Facebook? www.facebook.com/GuysGamesandBeer.
And where else? YouTube.
That was it.
YouTube.
Yeah, alright, why not? YouTube. www.youtube.com/GuysGamesandBeer. But,
How about our group?
but there is the Guys Games and Beer support group that's on Facebook, www.facebook.com/GuysGamesandBeer.
And
But don't worry, there's Discord, because I like the way you play into it. Rob! Discord. If you go to www.guysgamesandbeer.net and take a look on the top right-hand corner of the screen, over there by our friends at Lionheart, you're going to see a link to Discord. You click through there, you can get into Discord, and you can check us out. You can talk to us.
yeah.
We're accessible.
So
I don't recommend it, but you can.
thank you. But yeah, so I
Tell me how lame me trying to make a joke is.
So I will definitely be giving away games on all of our social media sites tomorrow. So check that out tomorrow. Keep an eye on them. I will start in the morning and go throughout the course of the day. Because I am way behind on giving away games.
That's crazy talk.
You know something? I'll give away something.
Blue.
No, something. What is it called again? Hentai related on our YouTube channel tomorrow night.
Oh, that's going to be good.
It's always this,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So
If you ever get a copy of Honey Pop, we'll be talking.
well, hey, I won't. I don't know which one I'll give away, but I will find one to give away tomorrow. I'll go through our library, our vast library of games to give away.
Honey Pop will never be lived down in this group.
No, it won't. Ask Lance about what happens when you talk about those kind of games in our group.
You get Honey Popped?
You get all sorts of games that you don't want.
Oh, God.
People will gift you things you never thought existed.
Yeah.
Some of those games are super cheap too.
That-
The JJ one that was like 70 cents.
JJ did it. JJ was the one who kept giving Lance the most disgusting games. Him and Mikey spent like an entire couple of days sending Lance every weird game they could find.
They spent a total of $11.
And
that's it. It's not like they spent any money on them.
Checked out every game.
They're just games full of viruses.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much.
Probably. All right, Rob, why don't you wrap that up for us?
All right, well, I want to thank everybody for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. Remember, of course, we're here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. CST. Nope. In about 2 weeks. What's it going to be? I believe it's going to be... We're going to be off on the 19th.
Yes, we are. We have something going on big
Yep,
that
we
day.
got something big going on with Larry, so
Yep.
we're going to be off on the 19th, but other than that, we always make it. for
By the way,
Tuesday.
we will let Larry announce what's happening to him.
Yeah.
It trust me, the surgery
And
is
it's-
minor, but they'll get it taken care of. I promise.
I mean, I'd still hit it.
Oh, yeah, of course. So, but yeah, Larry will explain what's going on.
Production
But
surgery.
we won't be having the show that day because we got some stuff going on with Larry the next day. Or Larry's got
He's
some.
getting an extra penis.
What?
I thought it was
Shit.
an
Why you give
extra
it away?
liver.
I was just gonna say he.
Why would you do something?
Yeah,
Why
you
would
know,
tell
he's
everybody?
already proud of his two. He just wanted a third
Well,
one.
when he admitted that to me, he's like, I'm like, why don't you get an extra liver? That makes more sense. It's more you. And he's like, no, we can get extra penis. Because the other one falls off or by accident or something. I'm like, okay.
He is very concerned about that. So
Yeah.
All right.
after one falls off, you know, you start freaking.
You do kind of get worried about those
Yeah.
things.
After the first one.
All right.
All right, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody very much for watching. Guys, games, and beer.
Little.
Hey, that was the wrong one. 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 Wait, how about this one? This one? No. Hey, wait.
Multicam.
Hey, it's the Ryan Dick Cam.
It is kind of the Ryan Dick Cam.
We can use that cam more. Larry Davis on guitar. Well, bass guitar. You gotta say bass,
well,
right?
yeah,
You can't just say guitar.
Yeah.
It's a guitar, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, well.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
Bassist. Don't start that with
Don't
the bassist.
start that. Don't be racist against the bassist.
Replaceable member of a band.
Oh, God!
Unless you're less cool.
Black Sabbath was never the same after they lost the bassist. You've never heard. But anyway.
Just being mean.
That's just mean. That was just mean. Sorry. Quiet Riot, never the same. It's a bassist. The
bassist, yes.
The bassist. And then there's like a bunch of fishermen. Like, it's a bassist!
Oh, yeah.
A bassist!
Gotta watch out for those damn bassists.
It's can't stop the bass.
Can't stop.
That's like